What's up, guys? Just a quick heads up that the music was blocked in this video due to copyright, so I have muted the audio. However, I have provided a link to the song in the description, so you can open a new tab and listen to the song alongside with my reaction. Or you can just join me on Patreon for unedited footage. But for now, enjoy the video, guys. How is everyone doing today? How's your day, guys? How are you doing? What's going on? Is the lighting good? Looks a little dramatic. The lighting looks just a little bit dramatic. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Justin, and today we're listening to the Beatles, of course, with two songs, Octopus Garden and I Want You, in parentheses, She's So Heavy, off of Abbey Road, which was released in, was it 1969? Pretty sure 1969. Yeah, 1969. I just got off work a little bit ago, wanted to listen to some Beatles. Been wanting to listen to them for a while now. Just a few things really quick that I figured I'd go over before we get into the songs. One, because they're copyright blocked, I have to silence the music here in the video. But as you guys know, I put the link to the full video in the description for you. I know some of you guys have been having problems with streaming it from there, from the Dropbox that I have there. I saw a few people download the video and then play it for yourself after it's downloaded. So maybe that's an easier option if the streaming is slow or it's laggy and that kind of thing. Two, some of you guys have asked me, how have I never heard the Beatles or any other music or anything really? I mean, I've heard a few songs. I'm not completely ignorant.
I'm pretty much ignorant.
I did not grow up listening to this type of music. I grew up probably mostly around soul and funk and jazz music. And to be honest, the Beatles weren't really in my wheelhouse. And I was never, even as I was growing up and getting interested in more music, I was never interested in classic music, classic rock and that kind of thing, which is why pretty much everything on this channel is totally new to me. Even songs that apparently everyone else knows besides me. And even as I was expanding my musical taste, in high school and college, I honestly just hated production on a lot of songs pre-80s. I know it was my own personal hill, and now I'm way over that hill. But that was just, some of the reasons I never really got into the Beatles or anything like that.
Fun fact, though.
The first Beatles song that I can remember listening to was Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, because my teacher in high school was playing some sort of documentary on the TV. I think it was about music. And I think one part of it was about the Beatles, and that song played. And I gotta admit, I loved that song as soon as I heard it. Had it on my own personal playlist during high school. And that was the only song that I really connected with at the time. But here we are, 2021, finally discovering Abbey Road and really, really enjoying it. So without any more talking, let's get into it. Join me on Twitter, join me in the comments down below. Full video is in the description, and let's do it. This is Octopus Garden, maybe it should be Octopi Garden, and I Want You, She's So Heavy. Oh, they gave you a little bit of an abrupt ending. I didn't do that. That wasn't me. Okay, so I'm continuously extremely impressed by the Beatles. Like I said, especially coming from someone who doesn't know really anything of them. Uh, per the song, let's talk about the second song first. Per the song, it's extremely heavy. I love that. I was same thing. Like I don't. How do I word this? I mean, besides the obvious, I'm not expecting what I'm hearing. Okay, let me run it to you this way. Of course, all my life I've heard the Beatles are the most influential band in the world. You know, they've influenced this and this and this into modern day. They have basically created modern music. Blah 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 blah. I've always heard it, right? And like the little bit I've heard of them, I was like, okay, it sounds cool, but I don't get how it's really influenced everything or how they're like the greatest band ever. You know, obviously can't judge a book off of a few songs, can't judge a band off of a few songs. But let me tell you, just by hearing the first half, which we just now completed, of Abbey Road, it's all coming together. It's the wheels are starting to turn, and I'm starting to understand just how and why the Beatles were so influential. And I haven't even heard their other stuff. I've only heard how many songs am I in on this thing? I don't know, 6 or so. I don't know. But okay, ooh, that heavy riff, the alternating transitions in the structure between a slightly lighter tone and then getting into that, like how the ending was, bum 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 bum. Like that is just awesome. That's dramatic. I love it. Like I said, I wasn't expecting such a heavy sound from them. That is really cool. And just from that, you can see how influential they were. Now, in the beginning, it starts off with that riff that you get in the ending, but it starts it off a lot lighter, especially with the guitar on top of it, playing some distorted but still kind of lighter melodies on top. The bass is a little more present. And then if you kind of, I can't play a lot of it, but if you listen to the beginning here, right? It's still dramatic, especially with the way the guitar is screaming out there, definitely. But it's in the ending, if you just go there really quick, I have to talk a little bit so that I can actually do this and space it out right. If you listen to the ending, because at that point they're just doubling up on each other. And then you get some like sound effects that are coming in over there and then just washing within that breakdown, which is actually really cool. And I was trying to read a little bit of information while I was listening. I don't know if you guys know, but I like to read not only the lyrics while I'm listening, but I like to read like the Wikipedia so I can kind of like understand what's going on behind just enjoying the music itself. And I didn't get to read as much, but I did see at the end with She's So Heavy, the white noise fading in is multi-tracked guitars from Lennon and Harrison, and the Moog white noise from Lennon, and then drums and bass from Starr and McCartney. Who's Starr? Oh, Ringo. Sorry. Don't come at me yet. So it's just really cool how they all like really ride that tidal wave to create that huge crash at the end. And this song, it's repetitive. I'll give you that. But if you enjoy what's going on, doesn't matter just how much it repeats to me. No. And I really enjoy what's going on in here, especially the organ that comes in at certain moments and adds a kind of unique atmosphere to it. I think that that's really cool. I think this whole song is just really well constructed. Singing, powerful, gravelly at some points, very bluesy. It just kind of has it all. And even at the same time, while this song does, of course, take a lot of notes from blues, it's also mixing with like R&B and soul in some moments. Like this is the evolution of blues, which yes, I understand is rock and roll. But now, like, I can see clearer now, my bias is gone. And because I'm dumb and I don't know who's doing what yet, but apparently they all do everything at certain points, which we're going to talk about in a moment. This would be John Lennon on the lead vocals here. McCartney, bass guitar. All right, I have a question for you, and it's going to sound a little bit like a dumb question, but it's an honest question from an honest-hearted person, okay? Are the Beatles, in their individual roles in what they do, are the Beatles considered technically proficient? Or are they just really good songwriters? Like, you know what I mean? Like, for example, could you compare Paul McCartney on the bass with Chris Squire on the bass from Yes? Because Chris Squire is like really technically proficient, but also just a really good songwriter in what he does. I'm just curious, or are the Beatles more as a whole considered like massively influential? Or could you look at each individual member and see them the same way? I'm just curious. Like I said, it's an honest question. I don't know if it's a stupid question, but it's a question I want to ask because I want to know. I'm here to learn. And their Wikipedia page is huge. So, but I think the relationship between George Harrison, who's doing the guitar, and Billy Preston, who I'm not sure who Billy Preston is, because as far as I know, and I don't know a lot, I haven't heard his name in association with the Beatles. Preston was a session keyboardist, okay, for artists such as Little Richard, Sam Cooke, Ray Charles. Okay, so he's not with the Beatles. He just performed on this song with them. But like I mentioned before, I really like his organ parts in the song, especially with Harrison's guitar. Those two melodies coming together add such a fire into the oven that is this song. This was a really good song, but let's back it up just a little bit. Let's talk about the Octopus. This is like the fun, bubbly song before you get into that serious song with She's So Heavy. Love the guitar line. I love the snap, crackle, and pop of the drumming. Fantastic. And another thing I did see was that Ringo Starr is apparently singing in this song in Octopus Garden, or Octopus's Garden, which, once again, my ignorance comes through. I never thought of Ringo Starr, the drummer, also being a vocalist, and a pretty good one at that. Like that song and that drum beat, it just sounds like a children's song, and I don't know why it gives me that idea, but I kind of got the same idea before when we were listening to some of the Beatles with like Maxwell's Silver Hammer. So like, there's some childlike whimsy in these songs, but at the same time, sometimes there's something darker, but there's always something deeper about the music, and that's one thing that I really enjoy. Woo! Love that dramatic piano that comes in when the drums back off and he sings just a little higher, and the bum bum bum. You get some kind of jazzy like piano, or not piano, but guitar as well. Bass playing, I'm especially once again captured just by McCartney's bass playing on this one. I mean, like, I understand, I get it. I'm starting to understand. Looks like this song is the second song that Ringo has ever written, according to George Harrison. And then the harmonies that come in, backing up Ringo and coming in throughout the music, like, it's genius. And there's kind of some silly, like, sound effects that come in with the bubbles, but I think that just adds to the playfulness atmosphere that you got going on here. It just feels like, I don't know, being at a carnival or a theme park. That's a little twisted, but always fun, I especially love the way that the harmonies bounce back and forth between the vocals and the guitar. This is just a really fun, playful theme park of a song. Let's talk about the lyrics, though, if I could find them on my computer. Yeah, this is nice. Here we go. So for Octopus's Garden, I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden in the shade. He'd let us in, knows where we've been, in his octopus's garden in the shade. I'd ask my friends to come and see an octopus's garden with me. I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden in the shade. So what is the octopus? What does the octopus represent? No idea. We would be warm below the storm in our little hideaway beneath the waves, resting our head on the seabed in an octopus's garden near a cave. We would sing and dance around because we know we can't be found. I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden in the shade. I guess I'm getting, I don't know. I mean, it sounds like a fun time, no doubt. It sounds like it'd be fun to be under the sea and hanging out on, in the octopus's garden and hanging amongst the coral that lies beneath the waves. Oh, what joy for every boy and girl. And who doesn't want to go under the sea? Who wouldn't want to see what's going on under the sea? I don't know if there's any deeper meaning behind it, but it sounds fun. And then getting into I Want You, She's So Heavy, which, like I said, the song is repetitive, and even the lyrics themselves are repetitive, but it's just so good. I want you so bad, I want you so bad, it's driving me mad, I want you so bad, babe, like it just goes on and on. I want you so bad, I want blah, 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 she's so heavy, I want you so bad, it's driving me mad. So listen, he's digging home a certain point. And I think it's pretty obvious to see what the point is. He wants you. He wants her. He just wants to be with the person, right? Drives that point home. And it's so heavy. Now, when he says she's so heavy, I don't think he's talking about her weight. I'm pretty sure he's talking about, like, she's so heavy in the sense that, like, maybe she's so deep. Like, maybe the effect that she has on him is so heavy. I'm getting something more along those lines. And if I pull up some of the information for this specific song on Wikipedia, let's see if I can parse out what this song is actually about. It says, Lennon wrote the song about his love for Yoko Ono. I know that she is a very controversial figure amongst the Beatles. And yeah, they also wrote about that abrupt ending, which I think is kind of cool. There's no fade out. There's no like perfectly, timed out ending to the song. It just cuts. It's done. I like that. It actually kind of adds to the effect not only of the song but of the whole first side of the album before you jump into side B, which I'm really looking forward to. Anyways, I would love to know your thoughts on the songs. You can join me on Twitter. Absolutely join me in the comments down below. I hope that you're having a wonderful day, guys, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.